Hi, my name is Gylliayn, and I am a mixed artist. Today on G Out Loud, I have the privilege of interviewing two artists that I have found by curating Odo's Harlem artists out in Harlem. Today I have Don and Tony James. Beside me here is Don.
How you doing?
Pretty good. So Don, I heard that you're a dancer, designer, and you're into music and art.
Yes. Well, I got my hands in many things right now, so it's a lot that's going on. But how we met at Otto's, was through the art. So now I get to explain a little bit more what I do.
Yeah, I was actually quite fascinated. I was looking for artists to do the tables, and I was very fortunate to find Don. He's like the most amazing artist. At Odo's, we wanted to, I can't believe the stuff that you've done. I was trying to find artists to do Harlem Renaissance and wine and burger, because Odo's is a wine and burger bar. And he nailed it on, like, he got it. I'm so grateful to have him here today.
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
and I'm grateful for the opportunity as well to, showcase my art at Otto's, legendary Otto's, so knowing about that spot and having my art displayed on that, table is
it's a staple
now.
It's
a staple now.
It's a staple.
It's definitely appreciated.
Well, okay, so tell me, what is your background?
My background, well, I come from Trinidad. That's, where I was born, and I moved to New York fairly young, at I think like the age of 3. So with that being said, I got into the art basically looking at all of the murals on the trains, passing by as a kid and watching out the windows and seeing all the colorful art and stuff like that. So that made me want to get into the art world. So basically I started, putting my hands into the graffiti art at a very young age. I was actually going out and, quote unquote, what they would call vandalism. But to us, it was a form of expression, and we were really putting out art at that time, you know what I mean? So we basically put our names everywhere, and then I just started, loving the art more and more and getting involved with the art scene.
Wow, Trinidad.
Trinidad and Tobago, yeah.
Trinidad, New York. I mean, do you remember anything about Trinidad?
Yeah, I actually had the privilege. Well, I moved here when I was 3, so I didn't get to experience the real Trinidad until I went back a couple years ago. I had the privilege to go back and do some radio in Trinidad and talk about what I'm doing now. So when I went back, I got to see the beaches, I got to eat the food, and you know what I mean, really see what my country was about. So I had a great time out there, really experiencing Trinidad for what it is.
Well, they must be pretty proud of you back there.
They were showing the kid love, man. Trinidad, big up, you already know. I'm coming back for you.
Okay, so tell me now about your dancing. I want to know about your dancing.
Well, dancing is the thing, man. Well, I started out dancing from doing graffiti. Everything plays a part into the art, what I'm doing. So I got involved with the breakdancing through going to a lot of like graffiti battles and meeting like other, it was like the DJs, the hip hop artists.
You had like showdowns and stuff?
Yeah, it was a battle. If you touched that floor, you was better. You had to be nice, So we trained a lot with dancing. I was dancing on the street of 42nd Street when I first started. I was dancing with a couple like famous breakdancers, Breeze Team. Shout out for giving me the opportunity when I was young. So I got involved with the dance scene through that, and make a long story short, I started, doing auditions, getting down with dance crews, like the Mount Boys. And Mount Boys was one of the first dance crews I got down in New York City on a professional level, where they did shows for like Puff Daddy, BT, Spring Bling.
Puff Daddy?
Yeah, they were doing their thing. So I learned a lot from those guys of, not just street dancing, but knowing the business as being a choreographer, doing stage shows, and building that, aspect of my life.
Well, that actually brings me to the fact that you mentioned business, because you said that being around those people taught you about business and the industry. Now, I know that you're also a designer, and you're really good at the business aspect of that. So this having that experience back then must really help you right now with your designs.
Yeah, definitely. It helps a lot because the experiences that I went through with, the industry and learning about art in itself, and it all plays one in hand. Like what I was saying, when I was doing the art stuff on the walls, I couldn't do it on the walls anymore, so I began doing it on clothes.
Yeah.
So I learned in that time period that I could do more with my art. I could turn it into clothes, I could turn it into furniture, whatever I wanted to do.
And I've seen some of your stuff. I mean, you're very, very creative. I mean, you put a lot of detail into all the designs that you've done.
Making me blush on TV.
No, I mean, the most popular one that you have right now is the cap.
Oh, the ski mask.
The ski mask,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You
Shout out to
notice-
all the celebrities wearing our products on the ski mask right now. I appreciate you.
He has this in stores right now.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
It's like,
Appreciate that.
I mean, this one he does individual. There's no like mass production. He does like little, like piece by piece.
One of a kind, definitely.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to put out there so people appreciate our product as well, you know?
So, okay, now for all these designs, what kind of research have you done to get into all these stores?
Ooh, lots of research, kids. Hard work pays off. Well, it's tons of research because being an artist, I also had to learn a lot on my own to go out there and put myself out there because nobody was going to do it for me, and I had to make a name for myself. So I basically stood on the computer 24/7, literally would go back from painting to the computer to find out how to get involved with art shows, how to build a brand from clothing, how to get startup money, capital, and learning executive summary, all the critical stuff that you need to know to run a clothing line. Like I was really studying that. I didn't go to school for this, so.
Wow, I mean,
You
who influenced you to do this?
Oh man, I have a lot of influences from many different avenues, from dancing to fashion. But we'll talk about business. Damon John from
Yeah,
Fubu.
of course. I mean, Damon John.
Damon
right?
John, I'm gonna meet you one day, brother, and you Trini boy too. And your room look just like mine. You're gonna watch this interview, but I happen to. One of my good friends actually passed his book on to me. And I
Nice.
knew
You hear
about
that,
Coogee.
Damon? Do you hear that,
Yeah,
Damon?
I read your book in one day, bro. So, and I don't like reading. No, actually I do. But a good friend of mine passed me the book, and he was like, you need to read this because it was my first, starting out as a clothing designer. He was like, this might help you out. So I started reading the book. I knew Coogee, but I didn't know the man behind Coogee. So
Right.
once I read his book and I seen
And Coogee came after Fubu.
yeah, I mean, sorry.
No, but he got
yeah,
Coogee
yeah.
too. He got
Coogee
on your,
right too. But see, he doing
He
his
read your
thing.
book. He read your
I read
book.
your book. And Heather Rett, and we could go on and
Yeah.
on about this man, but I really just studied his formula and how he would take the hats and sell them on the streets. He would make his own hats, and his room kind of reminded me of my room. Like I had
Nice.
products all over my room, and he had a room in his house in Queens that he had products all over the room. So I was like, you know what? If he could do it,
I
can
can do
too.
it, right?
So yeah, still building and just
Wow.
going forward.
Okay, so with talking about Damon and with the designs and everything, with music, the breakdancing and all that. Is the music influencing you now today when you're designing and doing your artwork?
Oh yeah, definitely. Music influenced my every move. It's like I hear sounds, I see colors, and I just create at the same time. You know what I mean? So I like every type of music, like country music, classical music.
Really? You like
yeah.
country music?
What? It gives me a different feeling. I can be in, because I travel a lot.
I
so
can't see you dancing to country music.
get the guitar. I'll be out.
Do
But,
the jig.
Right?
Come on, do it right now. Come on.
Oh, they don't.
Okay.
We'll wait on that.
Next
But,
time, next time.
I love every type of music because it gives me a different feeling. Sometimes when I'm painting like a canvas, I like classical music.
Okay,
And
classical music is good.
If I'm doing like a ski mask or like a jacket that I'm wearing is from actually.
So
from the
this is
brand.
actually one of your jackets that you
Yeah.
designed, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Can
pretty.
I get up and show them
yeah.
the back real quick so they can remember the swag
See,
stuff?
he did that all by himself. Like that's amazing. If it would fit me, but I'm like a shorty,
I
so
know
it
I
won't
might
fit.
leave here with no jacket, nothing. It's cold outside though. But,
Take it off.
but it was just having just building and music influences me to do different things like hip hop. I feel like when I'm in that hip hop mode, I'm creating hip hop clothing. If I'm in classical, I'm creating painting.
It kind of like slows you down a little bit.
Slows me down and get in the zone. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm really honored that you're here today because, like I said,
thank
when I saw what you doing your artwork and all that, and then it didn't stop at the artwork. It kept going on and on, like merchandise and music. And like, God, who is this guy? Like he's like walking like this person that's got so much inside of you.
Thank you.
So
God's good.
Yeah, God's good to you.
Everybody. Yeah.
Right? So, okay, I want to ask you a question since you are artist. Who is your favorite artist? Like, who's your muse, I guess?
My muse. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Whew. There's so many great artists. I love Picasso. That's a given. Basquiat, Keith Haring, Paul Locke. it's just so much artists that I follow for different reasons. You know what I mean? They give me different feelings when I look at their paintings. I could be like, wow, I see this, and this gives me this type of feeling, or I see this color, and it makes me feel this certain vibe. You know? So
but it resonates with you.
It resonates with me. So those main three artists, from Picasso, Keith Haring to Basquiat, those are my favorite artists, I think. And that's living. That's living, Hectad, and Uncut. Those are my favorite artists right now.
All right, you hear that, Hectad, Uncut? I'm on to you guys, man. You're next. Okay, so to inspire our listeners and people that are watching this right now, because you've done a lot and you're still growing, I want to know, what is the best piece of advice that you've been given?
Best piece of advice is to keep going. The road's going to get tough. You're going to get let down many times. You're going to see failures, you know what I mean? But you have to pick back up and keep moving, you know? And each level is a new test. Each level is a new challenge. So once you get to that next level, you might be like, oh, I'm here and I'm feeling good and I'm doing good. But then there's that other level that, you know, if you want to keep expanding. To me, it's just always about going. No matter how good you get, how many people are noticing you now, you always got to keep that good foot forward and always keep, you know, progressing.
Well, I'm going to ask you again this time next year, and I know you're going to be like just exploded all over the place.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I want to thank you for coming here today.
Thank you very much.
No, I thank you.
I appreciate that. Oh, man.
And you could see Don's work at Odo's January 21st. It's a Thursday. It's coming up. We have an artist reception there, so you can come down, and it's at 1325 5th Avenue at 111th in Harlem. He has 2 tables there. So that's where you can see him this month. But where else can we find your work?
You can find me. Definitely check out our online store for the clothing line at www.swagstarnationllc.com. You could also find me at Instagram at swagstarnationllc.com and at The Real DonJ. Also Google us. You'll find us everywhere. And in stores. And around. And at
everywhere.
Odo's, we're there.
Okay. Thanks for that plug.
Live and direct.
Okay, well, thanks again.
Thank you.
And yeah, look, you know, I'm watching you. I got my eye on you. You're gonna be my muse.
Oh, that's awesome. See, and she's dope.
Yeah.
She's dope. We might need to interview her as our friend Tony out there says. She's dope. She got a lot of skills too. I mean, she's giving me a lot of props, but she gets props too.
All right, let's stop. Okay. Well, stay tuned for another episode of G Out Loud, where I'm going to be bringing you real-life experiences from artists, dancers, musicians, all across the board. Thanks for watching G Out Loud.